When rewatching the original Blade Runner, 1982, in anticipation of the most heralded movie event of 2017, one is struck by several thoughts. Principally, there is a disorienting sense that what you're watching is more familiar from the myriad cinematic moments imitated in subsequent movies, from the Vangelis synth soundtrack in rain-drenched dystopia to the soaring cinematography across its nighttime cityscapes. You also notice how optimistic director Ridley Scott was 35 years ago when envisaging the technology we might hope to see in 2019, the year that Harrison Ford's Deckard first hunted replicants on the big screen. Granted, characters make video calls, albeit only using payphones, but we've nearly caught up time-wise, and I'm still waiting for someone to invent a domestic step-inside hairdryer. 30 years on, H&K, Ryan Gosling is an LAPD-employed Blade Runner tasked with retiring the older model replicants who provoked rebellion in times past. He stumbles upon a cold case mystery which his boss, Robin Wright, wants silenced, but which deepens into a rabbit hole from which he cannot climb out. Harrison Ford and Ryan Gosling make for a terrific combo in Blade Runner 2049. Harrison Ford and Ryan Gosling make for a terrific combo in Blade Runner 2049. Read more. Blade Runner 2049 getting rave reviews from critics. Blade Runner 2049 final trailer exposes more plot, keeps more surprises. Weta add touch of magic to Blade Runner 2049. Blade Runner trailer has Ryan Gosling follow Harrison Ford's footsteps, literally. As it turns out, the first rule of discussing the new Blade Runner is to not say very much at all. With a well-written plot which pairs professional duty with personal yearning, the clever intricacies are best left for the viewer to discover. But since the second rule of the new Blade Runner is its fans already know who they are, it must be said that you should not venture into 2049's near 3-hour runtime until you've watched its forerunner. To this end, the thrills of celebrated director Denis Villeneuve's Incendies, Sicario, Arrival, gorgeous update derive largely from the evident reverence shown to the source material. Hans Zimmer's soundtrack lands smartly somewhere between Vangelis-esque and the motifs of Villeneuve's regular collaborator, Johan Johansson, and the world-building so emblematic in the first film is expanded here. With dimly lit rooms, shimmering water shadows and Villeneuve's trademark golden hues. The world-building, so emblematic in the original Blade Runner, is expanded here. The world-building, so emblematic in the original Blade Runner, is expanded here. The writing team, too, seems like an astute choice. Old-timer Hampton Fancher, one of the original writers on Blade Runner, whose subsequent writing credits have mostly revolved around the title, and younger Bod Michael Green, who birthed more contemporary action dramas Logan and Alien Covenant. But as to its pace, be warned, Blade Runner 2049 is no modern-day action thriller, and its rewards are instead delivered by being smart, interesting and very languid. Apart from our male leads, Gosling is terrific, and Ford shows more emotion in his dotage, and the contemporary powerhouse that is Robin Wright. The cast comprises mostly unfamiliar faces, hailing from Cuba, Hungary, Sweden, Somalia and even South London. Play. Mute. Current time 0 o'clock. Duration time 3:28. Loaded 0% progress 0%. Full screen. Video will play in 3 seconds. Stop. ITN. Ana de Armas and Sylvia Hoeks talk about working with Ryan Gosling and Harrison Ford on Blade Runner 2049 and the secrecy around the film. The women are suitably strong and beautiful, and although there are a few too many nude female figures on display, the story's sexual content is intellectually interesting in its rendering, but too tricksy to evoke either sexual or emotional feeling. At least there's no dubious, squirm-inducing love scene like they did it back in 1982. Add feedback. Villeneuve has taken the double-edged sword of the update and created a Blade Runner 2049 worthy of honoring its ancestor while bringing it appropriately into the mid-21st century.